Brian, what do you think? Should he testify?
Yes, absolutely. I respectfully disagree with the caller. Ravi needs to testify for two reasons. The individuals who testified this morning were ineffective because the prosecution did a great job of cross-examining them and basically showing that they had no foundation to come in and say that Ravi is not anti-gay. So right now there's no evidence before the jury that Ravi is not anti-gay. He needs to walk into the courtroom, look into those jurors' eyes and say, I am not anti-gay. He needs to put that out there. He needs to make a human connection with the jury. And also, Shirley made a good point. Ravi probably should take the stand also to explain some of the inconsistencies in the recorded statement given to the police officers.
But Shirley also said, Brian, that he gets on the stand. He made those lies to police. He said one thing, then he says another. So he gets on the stand and you doubt his credibility. That could be a problem for him.
Well, I don't agree with that because I think you made a good point actually earlier that sometimes during electronic communications that the true thoughts of a person are missed. Sometimes when an individual is being interviewed by a detective or a police officer and they're feeling nervous or maybe they don't understand the question or maybe it's a recording is played out of context, you have to come in and explain exactly in more detail what you were feeling at that moment and what you were trying to impart. So I think it would certainly give a human element to that recorded interview that was.
And Brian, okay, that's a good point. Let me push back again on another point here. You mentioned he gets on the stand, he says he is not anti-gay. Who wouldn't say that if they were on trial for a hate crime looking at 5 to 10 years in jail just on that charge alone? Who wouldn't get up there and say, hey, folks, I'm not anti-gay, I'm not against homosexuality? Who wouldn't say that? Isn't that what we would expect them to say?
Well, the proof's in the pudding. Ravi learned on August 22nd that Tyler Clementi was gay. What did he do? He didn't run from that. He didn't put in a request to Rutgers and say, hey, I want a new roommate. He actually followed through and became a roommate for over a month with Clementi, number one. Number two, it's my understanding that Ravi does have a friend who is gay. And I think that's important for the jury to hear about too. Because if he has a friend who's openly gay, that does demonstrate to the jury that he has a level of tolerance for the gay lifestyle.
All right, you know, all good points. I'm interested to see if he takes a stand. John, Brian, thank you as well. Great points all around, thanks to our callers especially. What an interesting discussion, and how interesting it will be as we all sit back and wonder, will Tyler Clementi take the stand? I think Brian's starting to sway me. I think maybe we should. Dharun Ravi, excuse me. If he should take the stand, I think Brian was starting to sway me there, and maybe he should.